What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and I don't want this to be true. I'm kind of begging for this not to be true. It is April 1st, but unfortunately, I don't think this is a joke. We know what Disney, what Lucasfilm has done to Star Wars, what JJ Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy, Rian Johnson, all of these people who seem to go out of their way to destroy this franchise that was once so beloved. And it seems to be working, unfortunately. All the stuff that they've done in the sequel trilogy, tearing down our characters, we knew eventually it was going to come to this. They were going to come back to the original trilogy and start retconning things that happened in the original trilogy to affect our perception of them. And the time has come, evidently. Look at this headline. Star Wars confirms Palpatine was a clone in Return of the Jedi. They are going back to the original trilogy and effing with it to make it make sense with their absolutely disgusting canon. That's what's going on right now. I can't believe it. I don't want to believe it, but here it is sitting in front of us. Star Wars confirms Emperor Palpatine was actually a clone in Return of the Jedi, meaning his essence was in a new body in each film trilogy. Let's read this. Let's try to get some explanation on this absolutely ridiculous destruction of this thing that we love. Star Wars confirms Emperor Palpatine was a clone in Return of the Jedi. The classic villain made a surprise return in The Rise of Palpatine, becoming the thread that tied all three trilogies of the Skywalker saga together. Yes, he is the thing. Bringing him back at the last second because they were desperate turned this into the Palpatine saga. Great job, Lucasfilm. Great job, JJ Abrams. The twist, which was saved as a surprise reveal for the first Rise of Palpatine teaser trailer, made the Emperor the overarching antagonist of the entire narrative, which was an exciting proposition for fans. Unfortunately, Palpatine's role ended up being one of the most polarizing elements in the entire film, as his reappearance came across as random and sudden. Yes, because it was random and sudden. It was not planned. We know this. We have heard quotes from Ian McDiarmid when J.J. Abrams contacted and said, hey, we're thinking about bringing Palpatine back. Would you consider this? This was already after The Last Jedi was done. This was not planned out. We all know this. We're not idiots. Rather than being an organic build-up to a climactic showdown. The movie was scant on vital details about Palpatine's return, including how exactly he survived the events of Return of the Jedi. Lucasfilm has used tie-in publishing materials like The Rise of Palpatine, Visual Dictionary, and Novelization to fill in these gaps. And we know, as soon as that came out and it was revealed that Palpatine was a clone, we all rolled our eyes because it was very clear that he was not that way, that was not the way that it was intended in this movie to come across. There's so many ways you can look at it and see that this is a Hail Mary from them to try to explain it. And so is this, to be quite honest with you. And we're going to get into it, J.J. Abrams' exact quote as to why they have retconned Palpatine into a clone during Return of the freaking Jedi. Among the biggest revelations of Rise of Palpatine being a clone body the Emperor transferred his consciousness to as he was falling down the second Death Star shaft. Fan reaction to these reveals have been just as mixed as the film, so it'll be interesting to see what the response to this latest bit of information was. Oh, you know what it's going to be. In the recently released book, The Art of Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. Now, it should be noted that this book was delayed months. I made a video about it when it was supposed to come out. Now, at that time, I was speculating that it was because some of the reshoots that were happening. But now, I'm thinking maybe it's to retcon some of this bullshit like him being a clone in there. That's what I think. That's why I think it was delayed by months. None other than director JJ Abrams confirms Palpatine was a clone in Return of the Jedi. He stated he learned this while talking with George Lucas prior to writing the Rise of Skywalker script. Check out his quote in the space below. In my conversations with George Lucas, he mentioned how the Emperor was a clone in Return of the Jedi, and I thought it would be a beautiful way to connect all three trilogies and bring it full circle. In each trilogy, they go up against a new Palpatine clone. Are you kidding me? I would need to hear this directly from George Lucas, no one else. I would need to hear it out of his mouth to believe this. I think that this is garbage. I think this is BS. I think J.J. Abrams is making this up. This is insane for you to come and drop that bomb on us. You have to be joking. And another thing, this just goes and proves This would go to prove that they were not planning this. If this quote is even real, it would go to prove they've not planned this since The Force Awakens. It was not part of their plan. Because he says, while talking with him prior to writing the Rise of Skywalker script, he talks to him and says, I thought that bringing Palpatine back would be a great way. That means you didn't think about it until you were writing Rise of Skywalker. You didn't think about it until after Episode 7, after Episode 8. You are a liar, JJ Abrams. Lucasfilm, you are full of liars, and we do not believe you. This is insane. It's unknown why Lucas didn't make this clear until now, although it is the same person who sat on A New Hope's McClunky edit for years, but it's bound to be frustrating for viewers. It's another illustration of Star Wars franchise continued reliance on non-movie materials to flesh out key aspects that fundamentally alter the films. The Star Wars books, including the non-narrative ones and comics, are arguably their best when they're simply fleshing out little aspects of the movies, giving interested readers additional context that may enhance their rewatches of the films. Yes, things like the Star Wars Expanded Universe did for nearly 40 years until you decide to throw it in the dumpster. You pieces of trash, Lucasfilm. They shouldn't be required reading to have a full understanding of the movies. That could be alienating for general audiences who just want to know the film stories. Knowing Palpatine was a clone in Return of the Jedi fundamentally alters how one looks at that movie and is something that should have been revealed long ago. It's BS. This is not real. This is not happening. This cannot be real. I'll be interested to see if Return of the Jedi twist is explored further in the future Star Wars materials. They are retconning the original trilogy in front of our eyes with this. It's disgusting. The art book is slim on elaboration, leaving many questions viewers might have unanswered, because they don't want to be specific, because they contradict themselves all the time. For now, fans are left to their own devices to piece everything together, including why Palpatine needed to be in a clone body during the OT. People know the Emperor was obsessed with unlocking the key to immortality, so perhaps this will all just be part of a cycle for him, and he transferred his conscience to a new vessel once every decade or so. As Lucas would say, it's like poetry. It rhymes. This is absolutely disgusting. We all knew that they were going to do this. We all knew that they were going to retcon parts of the original trilogy. To be so blatant about it, this isn't, to go out there and state, oh yeah, George Lucas just told me he was a clone, so I decided that'd be good. Bullshit. I don't believe you, JJ Abrams. You are a liar. You've lied plenty of times before, just like so many people at Lucasfilm have. I do not buy this, but unfortunately now it's official. It is in official Star Wars material that that's the case. You have J.J. Abrams officially stating it himself. I wish that I was shocked, but I'm not, because that's what's happened. Ever since it went to Disney, ever since Disney bought Lucasfilm, that is what happened. They have destroyed every little bit they can. They do not care about continuity. They don't care about canon. All they care about is trying to make it up as they go. They don't want to plan for this stuff. They just want to make it up. And hope you buy it. Hope you just keep shoveling this crap into your mouth. And I hope people will finally start to wake up. Now that they've done this, change such a big part of the original trilogy, I hope more people will start to wake up to this, because this is ridiculous. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I guess, secondly, I hope it is an April Fool's joke, to be quite honest, but I don't think it is. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video out there, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.